Hi everybody, Alex Deploy here from Expert Forex, and in today's video I'm going to show you some great trades from my trading diary. Now, when I started out trading, I was lucky to have a very good mentor, and one of the lessons that I learned from the mentor, and he insisted that the market teaches you how it wants to be traded. Now, to a beginner trader that might sound really strange, but what the mentor taught me is to keep a very detailed trading diary about every single trade I make, whether it's positive or negative. And that's how you learn how the market wants you to trade it. By analyzing your trades very carefully and going back to them maybe 6 months later and looking at the type of trades that you did 6 months ago and the type of trades that you're doing currently, you learn a lot about your own development as a trader. So the essential things that have to come out of the diary is that you need to take a picture at the point of entering the deal so that you can remind yourself the reasons for that particular entry and how you determined the exits as you entered the deal. And then you take a picture of the final result of the trade, which I call the exit chart, and then you do a summary of lessons learned. Now, those are just the top things that you record in your diary. There's obviously a whole lot more detail, but that is the main thing. And if you have those pictures, you can look at them on a continuous basis to see mistakes that you're making or the strengths that you've developed as a trader. So let's go to have a look at some of the trades that came out of the diary in the last 10 days or so. And the market hasn't been easy, but here are some outstanding trades that came out. And in this particular one, as you can see, it was a channel trade. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was going for the fifth bounce. So the beauty of channel trading is you can anticipate where the price is going before it gets there. So what I did in this particular case is I used the Trendline Magic EA and I placed a trend line right there and I placed a trend line over there, and that was my entry transaction. And that in fact was also an entry transaction, but it would cancel the sell that happens here. That would be a buy, so they would cancel each other out if you don't have a target or stop. And I traded without a target or stop in this particular case. I did have stops, they were just over there, and the beauty of these kind of trades is you can have very small stops, because if the price violates those channel lines, you want to get out as quickly as possible. So there's the setup that I saw. There's the entry. There's the exit, or vice versa. And why I used the Trendline Magic, because I didn't know when this particular point would be reached. The other thing here is that there was a strong support and resistance line running through there, so I suspected that that area would be a strong bouncing point. Can you see minimal information on the chart, trading price action very nicely. So let's have a look at the result, the picture of the result, and there it is. It went up, it went past the entry point, and it entered right there and ran down and exited more or less where I wanted it to exit, and it is now on its way up. That in fact is a buy signal, because it's a with the trend buy signal, and the RSI is also giving that kind of signal. So here you can see the decisions that were made, what the entry was, what the exit was, where the stops would be placed, and that type of thing. And now if you put this in your diary, it is a valuable information for the future. Now let's have a look at another one. Here's the pound New Zealand 4-hour chart, and you can see in this one I traded the RSI Trendline Violation trades, and here you can see how successful they were in the past. So there you have two mounds, a trend line. There was a nice sell and it went right down there, and then you have the two mounds again, trend line violation. There's a nice buy and it sort of went okay, and then here we had another trend line supported by two nice mounds there, and this is now what I'm that I was looking at, and we could see there that the price crossed over the trend line, which is a sell signal, and that was the setup. So let's have a look at the result. And there's the result. I actually used another support level, a very strong support level. If you look back on the pound New Zealand, you'll see there was a strong support level at that particular point, and I exited on that support, and as you can see, it's actually carrying on, so I might have exited too early, but there is the transaction. It is a trend line violation transaction, and it is still ongoing, but I cashed in at 120 pips. So the lesson here, did I cash in too early? Would a following stop or something have stopped me out? Because there's the non-farm payroll spike, you know, that kind of thing. You can then analyze, was this the right place to get out? And I would say that was absolutely a really good place to get out. So let's have a look at the last transaction, the pound USD on the 4-hour chart. Again, an RSI Trendline Violation transaction, and you can see how successful again they were. 2 mounds, Trendline Violation, down it goes. 2 mounds here, Trendline Violation, up it goes, and 2 mounds with a divergence, Trendline Violation, down she goes. And now we have a divergence there, a trend line violation, and it is violating the trend over there, not only on the price but also on the RSI. So now we say, is this a valid transaction? What should I do? And obviously I entered it. Now there was a very strong support and resistance line over there, and that's where I put the target for this transaction. And then let's have a look at my exit chart, and there it is. It actually hit that target quite nicely. Away it went, and it's almost setting up for a sell at the moment. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. The learning points here is the importance of taking pictures of your entry charts and your exit charts for your trading diary, analyzing your results, and making sure that the market is teaching you how it wants to be traded. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.